Bitches with terror. I got a handful of stacks. Gotta grab an umbrella. I'll make it rain. Rain on this stank ass old hole. I'll make it rain. I'll make it rain on this hole. I'm gonna get bitches with terror. Soft delete. Fucking soft delete.
This is Forest Hills, 71st Avenue. Transfer is available to the E, M, and R trains.
This is an accessible station. The elevator is at the center of the platform.
Package. Read only. Selection of package. Read only. Rain on this hole. Something happened here. I had like a soft delete. I think it's because of the package system. I don't know. It's probably the particle effect I have on the Powerball. Because I made it so if Zafina runs into a power up, right, she automatically starts throwing Powerballs for 30 seconds. In which case they have like particle effects tied to them or whatever, and trail effects. So I don't know if that's fucking it up. It's maybe too complicated because she starts throwing for 30 seconds, and that means the way update works in this game, or all games, right, is 60 frames per second. So within update, she's initiating Powerballs and throwing them like, I don't know, 10,000 frames, 10,000 F. And if they have particle effects tied to them, and she's throwing them at like 60 per second, it's going to slow down the system a lot depending on what computer you have. So I don't know, I have to tone it down, or make it so she only has like maybe 10 available to throw. But that, I mean, it will make the game boring. The reason why I don't do that is to make it boring, because you don't want to have to wait for your shit to power up to get back enough Powerballs to actually throw any Powerballs, and then you can't do anything for 20 seconds. That's dead air time. So you know, you gotta weigh that and what's fun. Don't just do something just for the rule's sake and then make it boring as hell. Nobody's gonna want to play it. So anyway, she's running all over the place. Wolf is running all over the place. I only do it so much with one hand because I have a controller here and I'm holding the camera. But Wolf can, you know, he can jump, whatever. He can jump kick. I didn't put in his, what's the name yet? He has a Superman punch. I didn't put it in yet. And basically he can throw a bunch of Eileens. I wish he would stop running the fucking background. So I made his running speed faster, but it's like, it's a plus and a minus. I gotta look into it, because the fact that I added an animator to it, right, it should be overridden by the fact that I had a controller connected. Because he's doing his own thing, regardless of when I am, on top of the fact that I give him commands to run. Right now, he's not listening at all, so he's out of range. But anyway, so yeah, he throws a bunch of Eileens and fucking can destroy those blocks on the side. That's her blocks, right? Those squares up there on the left side, those are Zafina's blocks. You can destroy those. Obviously, she can destroy his stack. His stack is a stack of cylinders. They're much more organized. See how those steel drums are arranged up there on the right? And she's going to destroy those at her points. That's basically it. And also, if they want to fight, they can fight. When she gets a power up, she can basically tackle them. I set it up so like when she gets a power up, right, she can too late take down him. And he gets a power up. I'm going to make it so he can do a giant swing. But it's not quite set up yet. But I mean, her thing's set up so far. She has one power up where she starts throwing Powerballs. She's going to have a second power up where she can just do a two-leg takedown on him. And he's going to have a power up where he just does a giant swing. If he's too strong as it is, I don't think he needs anything else besides the fact that I'm controlling him anyway, so I'm throwing the squares, throwing the Powerballs. I mean, throwing the Eileens at the bricks. And also the Eileens are a weapon as well anyway, so if the Eileens hit Zafina, it's going to damage her. Also, the cool thing is a built-in feature that I didn't even program in, right? When you highlight something, he's aiming. He's like aiming the direction somebody. The computer highlights them with a white highlight on them that the target's on them. So that's where the next Eileen's going to hit. And if the projectile's going to hit, it tells you where it's going to hit. So you can pretty much aim. So that's a good feature. I was worried about how I was going to implement, aiming, but I figured it out. Well, the computer figured it out for me, so it helped me with the solution. I was gonna like just tell the nav mesh animator to target all blocks. You know what I'm saying? So the nav mesh animator gets given commands to the Powerball, and the Powerball just locks in on all blocks on the screen. You know, it's a cheat, so I don't really have to aim. It's gonna automatically track all the blocks on the screen instead of me aiming at them. And it's gonna fly in the general direction. And so long as there's a block on the screen, the Powerball's gonna seek it out. It's a trick. So it's like fake aim. But anyway, when I did implement that in the previous build of the original game, right, it went wacko and it made all the bricks and the blocks were like going all over the fucking screen. Okay, because they were given commands to like basically the nav mesh animator gives agent, is a nav mesh agent, right? Gives an object the ability to navigate the map. But because I mentioned the blocks in the nav mesh animator's and agent's script, it applied everything I applied to the nav mesh agent, which is the Powerball, to the bricks themselves, which means the bricks are juddering all over the screen while the Powerball is juddering all over the screen. The Powerball is only supposed to judder over the screen to seek out the bricks. But because the bricks are mentioned directly in the script, they're jittering all over the fucking screen, and it looked like there was a snowstorm on the screen. That's how confusing it was. And I didn't know what the fuck was going on until I pretty much deduced it, what actually went down. And this was like July, early July. I was at that point, right before my computer melted down. So basically the project on my desktop is still at that point, and I haven't moved forward from there. Right now, where I am here, this has moved forward past that point on the desktop. It only took me a month to put this together. Despite the fact that this is an Ultra HD, the characters are much harder to work with. They're not prefabs, they're not from the Unity store, so they're way harder to work with. And you have to individually have to figure out how to work with each character because each one of them is from a different game. Right now I have Wolf, the VIRTUAFIGHTER, along with Go, John, and Eileen, and Zafina from Tekken. I also have King from Tekken, but he's not even texture mapped, so I have to do trouble with texture mapping. And also King, for some reason they made the damn mesh in ASCII. And ASCII, I don't know why it's made in fucking ASCII if it's supposed to hack. It wasn't designed to hack your computer if you use it. And so he's hard to work with in Blender. And I also have Ellie from The Last of Us. Little 13-year-old Ellie. You know, so she's gonna have a bow and arrow, and she's gonna be a part of this. I'll make her a wild card in this. So she's gonna have a bow and arrow, and when she picks up a power up, she's gonna pick up a Uzi. Her power is gonna be Uzi. So that means she's gonna be shooting an Uzi for 60 seconds. 30. Well, I can make it 60 seconds. Yeah, that'd be more interesting than shooting for 30. So she's gonna be a looming threat on the screen. Yeah, I basically do whatever I want. You know, this is like a bonus stage. So anyway, I'll just stop and reset it because it's all fucked up. And Wolf ran somewhere into the Appalachian Mountains. Yeah, like I said, it's hard to like play and move this around. Okay, I can only do so much. I'm good, but I'm not that good. Right now, Wolf is being an asshole. It cannot be an issue because of people. So I don't know where this soft delete command came from, but I'm gonna have to look it up where it came from because now it's making the game stop. I didn't give anybody a command to soft delete unless I'm pressing on something on the keyboard or the screen. I need to get a new laptop. This is not nearly powerful enough to work with Unreal Engine. No way. It would freeze. If I tried to work on Unreal Engine on this, it would fucking freeze immediately. Right now I'm using Unity. I don't know. I'm still spending like at least $1,500 on a laptop. That should be a decent enough laptop that can work with Unreal Engine. Because I have an idea for a Matrix game. I just haven't put it together. All the moving parts are pretty easily. Everything I'm going to use it doesn't matter. It's Unreal Engine instead of on Unity like this because basically it doesn't matter. Everything every script you use on Unity or this, you're using basically a script somebody smarter than you made, and you took parts of it and implement it into your project. So either way, when I'm working on a real engine, I'm basically going to take parts of somebody else's program that smarter than me, I'll admit, and implement it into my program. The trick is implementing it into your program. And now he's throwing a bunch of Eileens. He's a vandal. Okay. He's kind of hyperactive too. I made him super fast. He's a little too fast, especially when I'm recording and playing. And also he has a hitbox on his feet. I put 2 hitboxes on his feet, so when he does a jump kick, he can do damage. I can even make it so he can damage the blocks themselves, just to make it interesting. But see, he's not supposed to kick those cylinders. He's supposed to be protecting those cylinders. He's supposed to be destroying the blocks. Chucking Eileen's eye crazy. Fastball special goal. I'm trying to make him run back to the closer to the camera, but he's acting like a wild man. Alright, he's back. And also, you know how much force I put in this motherfucker? I put like 1,500 force on him plus the 500 he initially has, right? So if his feet are off the fucking ground, he's supposed to land back on the ground. I don't know why he's floating over the ground right now. He's running on the air like Skywalker. He's not supposed to be doing that. I'm gonna keep making it so his force just increases repeatedly over time until he goddamn lands back on the map. That's pretty much where we are right now. We'll go out.